Both of us now, good evening. The point I watch now, daughter and the original from independent television. Not say every Monday like this now, they always come here, they come discuss issues. We see they come as they emerge, as they come out with the discussion. First of all, congratulations to all Nigeria. At least our guests don't make us proud, and thank God to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to also do them well, and they don't present them with some awards and different things. So. Whoever do good, they go praise him. My name is Mark Ololo, and this evening we'll look at this issue of constitutional review. When we see the on different states, different regions, the whole different stakeholders meeting concerning the issue of the constitutional review, and so that will be the focus of our discussion this evening. So, joining me via Zoom this evening, I'll be one human rights activist, a publisher, and also a lawyer. OSA director. One person we see who don't do inside the pro-democracy activism and many other things we see he did for inside the activism. So this evening, OSA director do with us. OSA director, good evening, sir.
Thank you very much, Iman. Thank you for having me today.
Okay, yes, welcome, very welcome. So now we'll start like this. The issue of the constitutional review is on. And we don't get over 40 requests for different states for this country. Now the question is, this one might be our problem.
If I want to put things in my mind,
yes, go ahead.
I go say, if I say we like to be chase shadows for this country. Since the National Assembly don't be in place since 1999. That's 26 years ago. How many times we don't do constitutional review? We don't reach like 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
I know. Yeah, so 4 times. So what if we be country when they serious and when they take ourselves seriously? We need 4 attempts to do a better constitutional review. This is something all of us will just sit down once and for all. We will amend the constitution. And say. Even before this President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime came into power, in there among the people when they say make we do structural reform, say everybody when they use one big language say restructuring. Because in the pro-democracy that time. So since 1999, everybody on the shout say make we do restructuring. Why we never do this structure? Why would they run around a cycle after we they talk? So they will go to A, they will go to B, next we will come back to A again, the other day will come back to B. All those women, it be like to me best when serious. So as I go agree with you, the question to answer the question when you talk or when you ask whether not this thing we need at this time, not this thing we need at this time, because we're supposed to don't address this issue long ago. And I also know say the way they do things for Nigeria, all this fun and diversionary tactics, we go talk, no action. So until we learn to be serious, not be this kind of thing we need now. Hunger dey land, unemployment not dey. The issue whether the core of the matter when people want to talk, not because they talk. Like I talked just now about restructuring. Most of them not talk about it. They are no. I'm sure maybe as they go on program will talk about all the issues. You see what people they demand. More states, more revenue for so and all that. So now those petty things when everybody say cost self-aggrandizement, now they just ask for. So for me, not be waiting really concern us now because we're supposed to don't solve this matter. Now for 22 years ago they do the so-called democracy now. Even though for me na civilian rule. We never attain democracy because all the ingredients when they make constitution say are they democratic never had they yet. So what you would experience and what they call democratic recession of democratic values under a civilian regime. So nobody what you will need now at all. That be my conclusion for that answer to that question.
Okay, my brother Victor Agado, you deal with me for house. Victor, good evening.
Good evening, viewers.
Every 4 years, now Senate they allocate money for review of constitution. They do them, meaning every 4 years. They don't do this one now. Is it just a way of chop and I chop, make the for exhaust the money, or now we just a pursue shadow?
Well, basically, you see, Nigeria, I continue to say, is a very funny country. Funny country in the sense that we don't pursue the main thing, we pursue shadows. Constitutional review has been ongoing since 2010. They have done 5 reviews now, 5 constitutional review. If you check what they were doing with the review, what they have done so far, apart from the last one they did, last year, you discover that there was no major thing they were doing. Maybe INEC, do this one. They are just petty things. Major things were not touched. Basically, if we want to talk about constitutional review, there are 2 things here. Number 1, do we need that now? The answer is no. And if we want to ever do it and say we need it, it must be major. Because if you look at it, I do tell people, the constitution have issues, but the constitution is not the issue that have derailed governance in Nigeria. It's not. It's not the issue that make legislatures not to be effective and perform their oversight function over the executive. It's not the constitution. Constitution already empowered them. You see, United Kingdom operate unwritten constitution. Unwritten constitution means that the constitution is not in one place, so it's scattered everywhere. They are very effective. But Nigeria have a written constitution you can refer to. Let me give you an instance. When Yaradua was sick, we're talking about transmitting a letter to the National Assembly. The constitution says whenever the president is traveling, he should transmit the letter. So, whenever became a problem, to tell you Nigeria is a very funny country. Whenever somebody came up and said, whenever means if I like, if I don't like. Are you getting that? But a simple English that says whenever is at any point you are traveling. That was just a simple constitutional expression. But now, the funny things about Nigeria is that we turn things upside down and do it. Everything is politics. And they refuse to hand over power to until doctrine of necessity was adopted. And doctrine of necessity was not in the constitution. But they have to use that to be able to enable Jonathan act as a acting president. Now, what are we, since they have been doing, if you check the amount of money that has been spent as a means of amending the constitution, it's enough to write to constitution. It's enough to write to constitution. What actually are we talking about? Though the constitution itself is fraudulent, because they say we the people of Nigeria, people of Nigeria will never get where the constitution was written. We only wake up when they say the constitution was written. Few people were selected and they wrote it and say we the people of Nigeria have written this constitution and give it to ourselves, which is a wrong statement, and that itself is a fraud, and is the first page of the constitution. So, having said that, if we really want to review the constitution, we should review it majorly, or we should go ahead to write new one. Let me give you, for example, airport is in an exclusive list. Why should it be in an exclusive list? Except you have an airport or a seaport. Ogunusi, and his name is Ogunusi. Ogunusi is a Nigerian. He owns 5 airports in the UK, United Kingdom, because the law allows it. So we should abandon the constitution if we want to do it. But the way they are doing it now is not a means of enriching personal pocket. That is what they are doing right now. It's not actually they are looking at what benefit the people. Let me say this. The Nigerian constitution is the grand law, is the father of all law in Nigeria. Any law you make that is contrary or inconsistent with the constitution is null and void. Having said that, what is a section of the constitution is not justiciable? What is that? To see the funny nature of Nigeria. From section 13 to 32, it's not justiciable. And when you see that, the objective principle or a state policy that actually will benefit the people, they tell you say it's not justiciable. A constitution, what is a section not justiciable doing inside the constitution of a nation. You see how funny the Nigeria
is. What will be the meaning of that one when you say not justiciable? For example, interest of the viewers.
Thank you. Section 18 will tell you that it is the duty of the Nigerian government that every citizen of Nigeria to go to primary, secondary, and university free of charge. It's in the constitution. But they will say it's not justiciable. Meaning, if you are asked to pay for a school, you cannot sue government to court to say the constitution says it's free. Why are you asking me to pay money? Are you getting me? The economic policy is there. It's not justiciable. So the social and welfare is there. It's not justiciable. You can't sue government. So if we want to do a constitutional review, this is where we start from. To say everything in our constitution must be justiciable. One. And if you know you are a president, you are contesting as a president, you cannot be able to fulfill this. If you come to office, you can't fulfill this, you go to prison the rest of your life. All this political issue will just die down. For example, every Nigerian should go to university free of charge. And you know you cannot run a government like that. Don't contest though. Because if you come after your tenure, you go to prison. For the rest of your life, you are not coming back. We put that in the constitution. You see, that will filter everything. The constitution is bad itself, we know. But what they are doing, they are always using it to enrich themselves and enrich their pocket. They are not ready to think about the people, how to make a constitution that will benefit the people. No, what is benefiting them. That's what they are doing at the moment.
Okay, so Director.
Yes.
When we look at this issue of restructuring, we always, like you say, start. We always hear about say restructuring. Then resource control. Making all the regions they control the resources when they come to them. Why is it be say the people at the heads of government are afraid to implement her? They fear to implement these sections or to make her work.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But before I answer that question, I thought say I don't hear anything when my brother for inside studio talk.
Okay.
I don't know when we start.
Okay.
Because I know they talk because they repeat what the person don't talk.
Okay.
If we debate, that's how they move forward for this country.
Okay.
Person will talk so you go blow and English they talk the same thing.
Okay.
You know they help matter. Okay. So I would like look at the hearing. Anyway, to answer your question, it be like I say that is what is your book and they call with water, the heart of the matter.
Yes,
I say you know the you know the core of the matter. So the way they throw your question, I like it because you know the core. The matter really be say our leaders they fear to implement what we really need. They know what be our problem. They know the solution, but for what they are called selfish reasons, and for what they are also called sentimental reasons, they don't want to do what you want. This issue of restructuring, everybody they talk about, and they mean different things to different people, even though they actually know what in the restructuring. Simply put, now 2 or 3 methods in the restructuring: devolution of power, resource control, and fiscal federalism. In essence, not be saying make power just concentrate for center, for Abuja. When we say governors go, they don't cap in hands every month with a big plate of this empty plate to go beg for money. When we say person go there Abuja as president, before governor for his state take decision, he go to fear what the president want do to them. He go take permission. He not get authority. When we say president go sit down for Abuja, he go summon all the governors, make them come to Abuja now. Like I asked one of my friends, America not be federal states. Don't ever see the 52 governors of the states in America say they carry themselves go Washington DC. Even as rugged as Donald Trump is, if you call them, we don't see what happened the other day now. When fire there for California, California, when they go they arrest people for street and all the rest. When the government point a court challenge Donald Trump, say you don't get right, just come here like that. You might even go court, But here, president go sit down for Abuja, governor go shake for in trust for his state. They say, I beg you, I don't know whether this president will like what he go do. they will go, they take permission. Now all those one will say one made a council, now the restructuring, devolution of power, make all the states and the local government according to the constitution, make them get their own power to do what they want, to develop their state and local government according to the resources when they get, according to their intelligence, according to both the human and material resources when they get. Now the devolution of power, make power come from center, make center only they concerned about what affect us general international and maybe foreign affairs and security. They don't say all of us when they complain for this country. They go say governor, let me chief security officer. Meanwhile, the constitution will say now president, now in the control inspector general police. We shall now in the control Nigerian police force. So our person will be chief security officer of the state, and you know we control common. And I'm sorry when I use common, I don't mean to insult the police. Why I use the word common is that now they be the common place team when they in charge of internal security, and the government not be control them. And you say now I'm chief security officer. Those are the decisions one made them change. So that even if you want to have federal police, make state their police. I have to say at least some of the governors in talk now say they want state police, and I don't hear, you don't read that for paper say about 33 of the state governors say they want state police. If 33 of the governors say they want state police and the other say they don't want, majority carries the day to third majority, which is at least 24 states. Make them do one, make them do state police. If you say you don't want, not do for your state, now you start people. Those when you want, make them implement them. So now I be the thing of my brother, evolution of power. Then the other one, now resource control. Resource control means say the resources when you get, now you will control them. And you say no be say now chop and quench. Say everything well because they your place. Now you go just sit down and no. As they do one for federal state. That when they your state, now you go to control them, but you go to pay tax and royalty to federal government. Not be say federal government now you go control everything, you go spend everything, now you go decide what you go come give you for the state for inside. You go even give state where you know they control more of the money when they come from the state. So now this one they talk say make we do resource control. Instead of them make them accept that resource control, then they do what they call palliative. What they call tokenism. They come say, 13% derivation. That is money when it come from oil, 13% will just first go to the oil producing state. My friend, it be like say you get you're supposed to do surgery. You come they take malaria injection for disease when you need surgery. You know the suffer now. Let us make we address the situation. Say at the end of the day, make every state control the resources. They can pay taxes or royalty or whatever to the federal government. And the federal government concern itself with security and issues like foreign affairs. And then when you talk of say fiscal federalism, waiting be all that. It means say, for example, now when you say fiscal federalism, like I talk about say resource go they control. You see say this issue, at least that one now one important thing when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't try to address, which I they happy for. This tax reform committee. You go sit down say they go collect maybe like 100 million for VAT, value added tax from state A, and then they go collect 5 million of value added tax from state Z. They go combine, calculate everything, 105 million, carry and go Abuja. Abuja go continue to share am. State A, when you contribute 100 million, at the end of the day, they go dash out, they take 50 million. State Z, when you contribute 5 million, at the end you will get 20 million because of the style when they did allocate population, size, local government, and all those kind of unverifiable statistics when they bandy around. And then to the extent that you will even see some state now when you don't do Sharia law, now they control them. Because of that, they destroy alcohol for their state. They not even they allow hotel when woman go stay and all the rest, you know. And when they go that money, go put am for center, go share for the state where they do Sharia. Oga, make we tell ourselves the truth. Is that not haram? You say you know they drink alcohol. You dey collect money wey come from alcohol. That's why e come from alcohol. Which kind of ojoro be that? If you don't dey consume alcohol, anything wey get to do with alcohol, no near am. No near am. So now we dey talk of fiscal federalism. You no go fit rob Peter, say dey pay Paul. No. E no good. Enough is enough. So basically, when people no wan address our president or our successive government, no wan address issue. Na fear dey carry them. So we dey say, what does it really mean? Now I talk so 3 basic things: devolution of power, resource control, fiscal federalism. Na im we dey call this thing. We know wetin the meaning of federalism, but we dey do unitary system or unitarism. Now we dey do for Nigeria, and enough dey enough. A state like a nation state like Nigeria, when it is very pluralistic, heterogeneous. That is, say, we get people of different culture, different tradition, different tribe, different religion. You know, but just get one wholesale law when you apply to everybody. You go vary them to reflect the various complex nature of the state. Like those who say they want to do Sharia, fine, no wahala. People are not collect money from alcohol. So these are the things. So I don't know, but because our government, maybe they use them as waiting and they call political bargaining point. So and most of them don't even get courage to say, yes, make we do this thing. You go do it, even if it costs your life. Heaven not they fall, or people not they come. Now we want to solve our own problem. So what you the fear for? Person go just cheat you koro like this. You go keep quiet. And then now they always tell people for this country, they go say, for instance, when Buhari dey, everything na northernization policy. Now, President Tinubu dey there, people are complaining of urbanization. What I dey ask my people, when Buhari start this thing, why una not talk? Why una not talk? Be say I dey support Tinubu for everything when they do, but I already give example say when something not good, whether the person na your brother or na your sister, talk am out. Not be only when it should be say, the person if you say, not be my brother, not be my sister, not be my from part of the state, the country come, then you come talk. No, you're not supposed to do like that. And if we dey do federalism, we not go even concern ourselves about where the leader come from. We not go concern ourselves. Wetin concern me? Okay, wetin average northerner came from Buhari regime? Little or nothing, he impoverish them. But you go see an average northerner go say, no. Now my people I want. You see an average southerner say, no. Now my people I want. Even as we did, now Lagos at the top from so. Wetin the average Lagosian dey get? Wetin dey get? Make them tell me. So this na the thing of my brother. That restructuring, I don't know why government, successive government, dey fear to tackle the issue. And you also know say people don't dey shout. Even Bola Tinubu dey among people when they shout those days, say we go do restructuring. They even say sovereign national conference. As in they there now, making get liver to do the sovereign national conference. Even if you're not sovereign, because lawyers go argue that sovereignty belongs to the state, and since the National Assembly did there, you can't have a sovereign national conference. Make it do national conference, national confab with all the major stakeholders. Or even, do you even need to do that? Jonah can do one for 2014. As that one come out, you want to buy time to that time to get favor of the rule. You rush, do the national confab. But now solid thing they do, because solid people did that place. The document when they do, you see he gathered those for Buhari place for 8 years and not do anything. Edify, even one committee when APC formed that time of Edify, they review the thing. Buhari not do anything. Make Oga Bola Tinubu review that document, make we implement it. No shaking, no fear. For this life, if you fear, you go die. If you not fear, you go die. Where do you come the fear for? I don't know what your government they fear for. Even as they fear, you don't know whether you go die tomorrow. You will sleep, you not wake up. So what do you call the fear for? When God give you opportunity to develop your people, you say you dey fear because of interest. And most of them, my brother, make I tell you the truth. Now second term, now you only they put them. Person go win first term for first year. He begin the scheme for second term. I don't know the kind leaders where God calls us with. Now cost may be. They not be blessing. You don't win first term. You the scheme say you want to second term. Okay, why you never use the first term? So when they give you now, they do better thing. Now people will beg you. Say that second term, now you or nobody else. So our leaders they fear. I don't know what they fear for. Like I talk, you fear you die. You not fear you will die. So it's good to make them learn less, because they see what happen to Buhari now. It's against our tradition. Anywhere in any part of the country, when we say person die, people go to jubilate. It's not good to make them learn less, Make them learn less, I don't talk my own.
Okay, all right, so Director, we thank you for that insight. Make we just take one short break with the comeback. All right, we don't come back to go on the watch now. Daughter means heart of the matter with the original from independent television. When you look at the constitutional review and the issues we see, if you follow many issues there. I deal with also Director all the way from Lagos. He joined us via Zoom, a human rights activist and also a social crusader and a publisher, and also in a person an activist for a very long time. And our brother Victor Agedo is with us for her. So Victor, let me come to you. A particular section, under is section 8 or section 9 of the Constitution, make it very practically impossible for us to actually amend the Constitution. Why would they why would they run around like this? Taken off from there.
Okay.
Actually, that section?
Actually, it's section 9.
Okay.
Section 9 of the Constitution. And it says that for any amendment can come as a bill or a resolution. Then the Senate, to tell majority of the Senate, we have to support the amendment. And it's not a voice vote, it's electronic vote, so that they take record of it. Then it will also, that majority have to also approve it in the House of Rep. So if the two houses have approved it, then they will now transmit it to the 36 states House of Assembly in Nigeria. So that 36 states have to also approve it. Then to take majority of the 32 states, if they don't approve that particular section to be amended or altered, the Constitution will not be altered. And it's very difficult to get that number.
Which number now?
Like that's a two-thirds majority of the 32 states. Even from the National Assembly, both National Senate and House of Rep, two-thirds majority for the both house have to approve. We agree for this Constitution to be amended. Okay. So if they have agreed, now they will not transmit to 36 states of the Federation. Okay. These 36 states, two-thirds of the 36 states must also agree that the part of the Constitution they want to amend, we agree with it before they will not send it to the President. It's also the responsibility of the President to assent or decline. He can also decline, he can also assent. If he declines, that means all the effort put in place to bring about that amendment has been wasted. The money, the effort, the energy is wasted. And we have seen that. I think Buhari declined for a particular amendment. So the amendment is so cumbersome, it is so complex that it is difficult to actually, that is why one of the reasons why they are doing this they are doing changing of name, electoral recall system, they have changed so far and all that. The only major thing, okay, change of name from the last one they did, prison service to correctional service. This was amendment. Then generation of electricity. That is the only major thing I have seen so far. They have they amended it, they removed it, generation and distribution of electricity from the exclusive list to concurrent list. That now a state government can generate and distribute light. So that is just the only major thing I have seen they have done so far in terms of talking about amendment. Truly, what we need is not an amendment. It's a new constitution. A new constitution. If the National Assembly really think about Nigeria, they will wake up one day and take a resolution that let us call Nigeria to make a constitution for ourselves. Because if you look at it, the problem we have, we are trying, don't forget, we were colonized by Britain. Britain is not running a presidential system of government. They run a parliamentary system. And we were running a parliamentary system before. Until 1969, they brought a presidential system. Presidential system is very expensive. Very expensive. We cannot continue with it. If these people really think about Nigeria and the future of Nigeria, by now we will revert back to parliamentary system. Because in a parliamentary system, number one, you know, to become a governor in Nigeria now, you need no less than 10 billion. No less than 10 billion to be a governor in Nigeria. To be a president in Nigeria, times that one by 36. You should know what we are talking about. Times that by 36. So it's not become who have the money. Is the person that can, it's not who can deliver the goods, it's not who can do the job. So if you not come to a parliamentary system, you go to your constituency, then you are elected to the parliament. When they get to parliament, within the parliamentarians, they elect the prime minister. Then within the parliamentarian, the ministers are elected. Look at, for example, now, President Tinubu have appointed 45 ministers. 45 ministers. Each minister will have no less than 7 aides. 7 aides. No less than 7. So get up to 12. Advisor, this one, that one. Just look at the waste that follow the presidential system of government. It's not sustainable. So we just need a new constitution and possibly to revert Nigeria back to parliamentary system of government. This money they are wasting in settling and putting boys in appointment and all that can be used for national development. And without that, the way we are going, very soon it will be now what we are looking at is a joke. It's a child's play. I mean, what we are seeing now is a child's play. Until we do something tangible and very concrete to really correct these anomalies, where the direction Nigeria is going, only God knows. Because right now, things that will make the country work. If you, for example, you talk about resource control, the National Assembly will not discuss it. Before 1963, sorry, 66, the first coup, how was it? There was a resource control. The region control their resources. They pay tax to the federal government.
In this country?
Yes. 50%. 50% for the region, 50% for federal. But what we have now...
Who can change that?
Thank you. When the military came, they now run what we call unitary system of government. That was where the council destroyed everything. It was the military. And when the civilians see that, they don't want that money to go to state. Let me show you something. You know, if I tell you this one, you will be surprised that Nigeria has a television station before France. We are in a studio now. This is a live studio. Studios, television station. Nigeria already built Western television station. Was built before France have a television station to see what the region can do. That time they were having cocoa. What do they do with their cocoa? They take 50% of the proceeds and they send 50% to federal government. Now the oil and the other thing we have now, federal government is taking everything and giving 13%. And that 13%, there was issue with itself. They are not even giving 13%. If you go and look at it, then they will not come to tell you that the oil that is extracted within the territory is what they will give you 30%. The one they extracted from the economic exclusive zone in the water, they say the water is not part of the state. And whether that is the boundary of Nigeria. So all those things, problem they are doing, they make the federal government so powerful because of resources that go to federal government. But that is what we talk about, resource control, through federalism, to come in, so that we will go back to the way it used to be, 50% for the federal, 50% for the region. Now we now have state, 50% for the state. So that states should not go back home to see what can we develop in our state. What can we develop in our state? So the constitution really need to be looked into in this dimension. And amendment will not take care of this. New constitution will do. Because they could not do amendment. If you want to amend the constitution to say, let's go back to 50% to state after the 50%, 50-50, I can tell you, look at what happened in the tax reform they were trying to do. I think Tinubu was trying to give 60% for generation. The state that generation should take about to 60%. They said no, they will not sign it. They were holding the meeting in the north. And other caucus were holding meeting. People say no, we will not allow that. These are things that will happen. What we need is, number one, is this state we even have, are they sustainable? Or we should return back to region? You look at what they are spending, governors are spending. Go and check governors' expenses in a month. These are a huge amount of money that can develop a place. We don't need it. Now, they said they are going to create additional about 12, how many states? United States of America, how many states do we have? 50 states. What is the population? Twice our Nigeria population. So if we turn all the whole local government in Nigeria to state, people will say agitate for more state, because they want to create their own kingdom, their own chiefdom, and become a king maker in their area. All these things will not happen. What we need now, Nigeria must take a decision to say, wait, let us look at something. What we are doing right now is not helping us. It's not helping us at all. The presidential system of government is not sustainable in Nigeria. We don't have the means, we don't have the resources. What are we going to do? Look at the alternative that is possible. What are the alternatives? The alternative is parliamentary system. Parliamentary is cheap, is effective, is collective responsibility. If there is a failure, all of them go down. So because of that, everybody sit up. But presidential system, you can fire one minister. In a parliamentary system, you don't fire one minister. Everybody go.
Okay. Also, Director.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, another area for the constitution where some people they clamor for. That is why I didn't my brother explained by that section 9 just now. It's practically impossible for us to amend this constitution because a group called I think the Patriots, they asked for a new constitution, and the reason this. Now make I ask you, what will they do with bicameral system of legislature?
I go say one is necessary and it also not necessary. It's necessary because now creation of the law. You know, say what they do in the camera parliamentary system.
Yes.
Profess the public. So and that one not work when these khaki people come inside. When we come democracy for 1979 again, then we go switch to American presidential system. That's why I say it necessary and it also not necessary. It's necessary because now creation of law, now the thing when the constitution give us, and they would have nothing for their role to say if you they do one well, in the sense that it just be like if you see America now. America today now is they see themselves as the greatest country on earth. But people forget say Britain colonized America. So that was why anything when they do, they like to different from Britain. Britain they use whether right hand drive, then they use left hand drive. Britain they do in the camera, then they say no, now by camera then go do. You know, Britain they are spelling. For example, you want to spell color COLOUR. America say what is the U doing there? So COLOR, you know, something like that. Just to be a bit different and unique.
Yes.
So if we want to be unique to give ourselves a presidential system of government, not in their room, if we they do and well, what is the wrong we say? Now the way we as Nigerians they always they exploit loopholes when it did every system. And average Nigeria, I'm sorry to say, if you create law for a Nigerian, the first thing when go come the average Nigerian mind is how I go to circumvent this law. No be how I go take obey am. Wetin be the loophole when I go fit take dodge? No be how I go take subject myself to the majesty of the law. You know? So na be my problem with that. Say okay, e no dey bad, assuming we get open heart to do am well. But e only dey wrong on the other hand, say people don show statistically, experimentally, say e dey cheaper to operate parliamentary system of government than presidential. Because presidential na executive power, and it come with a lot of aids. You know, that is e just dey put food for table for the boys. You know, you go get the House of Rep, you go get Senate, and if two of them never agree, you know the party thing. If you get Senate, why do you need House of Rep? If you get House of Rep, why you need Senate? All those are duplication, and all these people, they go employ different kind of people, bogus. And most of them, they chop the money, or they not they give to the aides when they employ you, and we don't they not they find that one since 1999 until when they come say me that they pay directly to the aides. But I don't even know now whether they see the job, because the other day some of them want riot too. So now just our attitude toward this thing. But because parliamentary system they cheaper, you know, that is why people they say, okay, why we don't need bicameral this thing. But people don't also forget say now that unicameral system, parliamentary system, now the first could happen. Now the first could happen when people they rig the election, when the corporation went here, Wide West. Now now during that unicameral system, so if to say that they behave well that time, say they also not exploit the system, good for happen. So for me, not really the system, now our attitude towards the system. But I agree, say presidential system they more expensive than parliamentary system. And parliamentary system, it be like say you get closer to your people, you are more accountable. You go see now among the elected members, now they go choose prime minister. He just be first among equal, like Speaker of the House of Rep or Senate President. So you know when they do gabu for in colleague, you don't get that kind of power when you take the higher fire anyhow. He must subject himself to the democratic decisions of the party when he vote on the power if he want to remove any person. But this presidential system, that's why they call executive presidency. The man will not sit down there for inside and go make one pronouncement when he affect the lives of millions of Nigerians with all the attendant implications. And no go care. And they go say make the operator. So on that ground, that is why people they say make we go in the camera system. But I want to also point out say now that in camera system that the first could happen. So it's not as if it is proof.
Okay. All right. Yes, if you watch the program, if you just join us, the program our daughter means heart of the matter, and with the original from independent television. We don't say different issues. We say they come out when they emerge. Now we always discuss on this program every Monday. Okay. Our phone number they open. Just call us. Let us know 080-7777-0300. Just call us. Let us know about this constitutional review and your opinion about that. Any part of the world where they watch us, program daughter. We'll go one short break. We'll come back again for inside the program. All right, if you want to join us again, the program our daughter with the original from independent television, and we'll look at the issue of the constitutional review and the issues we see follow up. Well, let's look at electoral reforms and local government autonomy.
The local government autonomy is a funny thing because this government, the Attorney General, went to court, went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court now gave a judgment, a landmark judgment. And was that judgment ever implemented? The answer is no. Why? And what I see, you see, it's like they were sleeping when they went to court. The problem is, and people didn't see, even till tomorrow, people don't know why it was difficult to implement it. And telling you, I did my findings, and what is the problem? You know, when the present government, the present president was governor in Lagos State, he created local government. he created 30, I think 32 local government extra. Lagos State government had 20 local government. So he created 32, or either 32 or 33. So they now have either 52 or 53 local government in Lagos. So those local government created, they were not rectified. But to be fair to him, he followed the due process. There were referendum. I was in Lagos then. There was a referendum, and the local government were created according to how it ought to be. Now, the National Assembly was supposed to have ratified it. They did not ratify it. I think that was when Obasanjo seized Lagos State money, their local government money. See, which account am I going to pay the money to? That was where the question came from. So when they now went to court, they didn't know that this problem was on ground. But they are not going to tell anybody. That is about the Nigerian politicians. They are not honest. They are not sincere. They are not truthful. They are always deceitful. So now they got a court judgment that say local government autonomy should be given to the local government. Now they now realize that if you say that Lagos State problem is still on ground, which of the account are you going to be paying money to in Lagos State?
Okay, hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening. Yes, your name or where they call us from?
Okay.
Come again. Hello.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yes. What I want to talk about?
Where they call us from?
From Cocoa Town.
Okay, Cocoa Town.
Local government.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm going to put some talk now. I want to talk. I want to support them. In this country, what thing I would do to make this country great? When they do, they are great. And that is the problem. The government Nigeria are great. Structuring.
Okay, restructuring and true federalism. Okay, go ahead.
So they now discovered there was a problem on ground that was unsolved. Issue of Lagos. Local government created by Lagos State, but created by the president himself. So they now have 53 local government in Lagos instead of 20. Constitution recognized 20. So where did you pay the money to? And they have gotten the judgment. Instead of them to come out to be honest with Nigeria, they kept quiet. And they let the thing die down like that. So these are where we are. And as long as that problem is on ground, they can't implement it.
Okay, time not again. Also, Director.
Yes.
Time not again. Just give us your overall assessment of the whole matter in 2 minutes.
Well, I will conclude by saying that we could learn to this.
Hello. That's a network.
To one clear constitution, one clear state, you know. But that section 8 makes it impossible. You cannot begin now. If they read everything when they there, but you know the point. That's why we say the issue of Nigeria. Not only military don't feel create state. So make we take ourselves seriously. Make we not say life they at stake, and make we do the right thing, because at the end of the day, now what you would do now will stand to account, if not here, but in the hereafter. Now that we want to make we move Nigeria forward. Nigeria now the only country where all of us get. Make we review this constitution to the extent when we say let there be restructuring, make every state, all the federating units, they control their resources to like the extent. I mean, need power. They flow from there. Not say governor with the fear for say what the Abuja people want to do. President want to do for Abuja. When not be say now president, now every time. When not be say now president will carry police, impose on state governor. You know, they give ten and what you want to rig election and all kinds of things. So I beg people research on this country. The country will do better for us and make those people when they fear any person in the fear or state say, oh, if they restructure, say there is resource control and all the rest, they're not going to survive. Now lie. Until this Boko Haram issue now, you know, say that they mind good for Zamfara. Everybody go be make money. Oh, Zamfara say it's a desert. No, lie. Not the billions of assets went underground. And in any case, make we even move beyond. The world don't go beyond waiting day underground to waiting day inside the head. Computer, ICT, now they rule the world. Artificial intelligence, not be say crude oil when they under the earth or gold or diamond we want from under the earth. So make we restructure Nigeria.
Okay.
Make everybody develop.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Victor. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. My appeal to the government and to people who lead Nigeria to be truthful and honest. Do the right thing. We need to really restructure this country and make this country work and to good for all of us and the generation yet unborn. Thank you.
Okay, all the people who say they don't agree, say restructuring and devolution of power. In one thing, we see the government must do and the review of this constitution, even when we see some plenty impediments there, now waiting to move this station, country forward. Well, that's all we'll wrap up the program today. We'll do it again on Monday. Until then, God bless Nigeria. My name is Emma Akpololo. Bye-bye.